innovative, revolutionary, stellar development, purest universal knowledge, in a transformative, futuristic design. The Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit. The very first new evolutionary spaceship technology has been rolled out for mass production. Our Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit is constructed from high-quality materials carefully selected by our team of experts. Embedding the essence of the new GANS plasma science and technology, it uses collective plasma field technology for changing and enhancing the environment of the body of the man. This new plasma enhancement changes the environment of the body to allow it to return to its natural balanced energetic condition, as in the womb of the mother, allowing every cell in the body of the man to find its natural original field strength balance. The shape and field distribution in this new space plasma technology replicates the inner structure of the universe and replicates the balance fields from which the man was created at the point of inception in the womb of the mother, not only receiving balance in the physical, but also in the emotional sense too. For the first time in the history of man, a system has been developed and delivered which not only enhances the physical body of the man, but also enhances the emotional part of the user of the system, hence reducing and eliminating many problems that could not be solved in the world of science, to bring the body of the man into near perfection, as at the time of birth. This new spaceship technology can be within the reach of every man today and can be ordered by medical practitioners, sports specialists and healthcare centres. The Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit, the future you have been waiting for, is here. The journey from space to spaceship technology has started. Every order is subject to a contractual agreement and might require additional accessories priced separately for applications according to each case. You can order or contact us at office@at.kfm.global for additional information.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute public testimonial meeting. This is the 36th month that we've been doing this. Welcome, Rick. Welcome, Peggy. And welcome, everyone. This is Monday, November 11th, 2019. Glad that you're all here.
Yes, thank you, Flint. I'm just realizing it's our third year anniversary of this workshop.
36, that's 3 years. Hard to believe it's been 3 years of testimonials already.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyone here, you can join in and share your experience. Anybody have anything that they want to share right away here? If not, we can make it a short meeting.
You have a look at the See if anything's come in on the hotline here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't have a short meeting. But I just want to say today is Veterans Day in the United States.
Yes.
The schools are closed and some of the other institutions. And I can see in the future where the veterans will be participating in the testimonials. As for what they've gone through with the post-traumatic stress syndrome, I think the Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit will create a lot of testimonials out of veterans who are plagued by this problem of going to war and what's happened to them. I just wanted to say that.
This is Hi, Rick. Hi, Flint. Hi, everyone. I was just thinking, wow, how auspicious of a day is this? It's 11/11 and 36, so 3 years. And we had the Mercury, which I think in Greek is considered the messenger, transversing the sun today. So come on, everybody. The messenger's been here. And so deliver some more messages to us.
I note too that Shandor passed at 11:11. That was the time that when he passed on the 2/2 of October. So this is the 11:11 today as well. It's also Remembrance Day in Canada. So perhaps in a way we're remembering Shandor today. I was wondering if Zoltan, do you have anything that you'd like to say about the passing of Shandor, perhaps? You might need a translator if that was so. I'm not sure if we'll be able to.
Till now, Mr. Kakashi translate from Zoltan.
Rick, may I ask who is that the same name, Sultan Sandor, or this Sandor the last name?
I think that's just his middle name is Zoltan Shandor. Zoltan's a friend of Shandor's, and he's been the main contact for the last few weeks here.
Beautiful tribute that was just uploaded. I appreciate that. You did a beautiful video there. Thank you.
I believe that was Shandor's stepson, I think, made that video.
It was a lovely surprise.
Dan, can you ask Zoltan if there's anything he wanted to say about the passing of Shandor?
It's with us.
Pardon me? What do you mean?
It's with us in the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
Or you want to asking in the mail?
Zoltan is one of the attendees here.
Ok. Zoltan, întreabă Rick, vrei să împărtășești ceva de la mormântarea domnului Șandor sau despre
Bună
Șandor.
seara, tocmai acum am venit, am apucat să revin, n-am auzit în întregime întrebarea, că între timp eram chemat la telefon.
Ok, prima oară o să traduc celorlalți.
Bine.
Saying Zoltan, it's just a rise now, right now. It's not able to see, listen all the question because it's have the phone call, and now I putting again the question. Zoltan a întrebat domnul Ric și ceilalți dacă ai ceva să ne împărtășești despre mormântarea domnului Șandor sau despre, nu știu, impresii despre Șandor propriu-zis. Asta e întrebarea lui Ric către tine.
Acum de postat am postat fotografii, precum s-a văzut, cred că s-a văzut.
Da, numai puțin că eu nu sunt capabil să traduc fraze lungi, traduc foarte scurt. Saying, Zoltan saying, I posted the photo, album of photo with Shandor. Continuă.
Am postat un mic video făcut de fiul lui Vitreg.
I posted this little video making the step son of Shandor. Da.
Și dacă am făcut câteva fotografii în cimitir.
And I'm making a little some photo in the place of funerary, or how to say,
Cemetery.
cemetery. Ok.
Văduva, cum știm cu toții, a fost foarte amărâtă.
The widow, it's the wife of Shandor. It has a lot of soul pain, like I say, no? Da.
Dar până la urmă totuși s-a resemnat și când am fost după mormântare la casa unui fiului Vitreg.
Ok, hai să traduc. The wife in the final of this funerary, it's consolate, and when it's go in the stepson place after funerary, is resonate and realize it's continuous.
A făcut o mărturisire impresionantă.
Is making the impressional no confident testimonial, like I say.
Da?
Amazing.
Despre cei 16 ani.
About the 60 years with Shandor.
Da, cu Shandor. Din care reiese în totalitate.
In totality, it's saying, it's showing
caracterul.
The character of Shandor.
Față de oameni.
Beside people.
Față de semeni.
The people surround the Shandor, all the people.
Față de cei neajutorați.
Help, not help us. It's very hard for me translate when I have the soul not with pain. It's remember remember always Mr. Shandor. Sorry. I saying always Mr. Shandor help anybody, and these people you have when you have the need the help, it's always taking measure and helping these people.
Un singur episod aș menționa.
I mentioned one episode.
Cumpărând cu ani în urmă
buying a few years ago
haine noi, adică un costum nou,
suit, clothes new, one piece
pantofi
of
noi, deci îmbrăcăminte nouă,
suits new.
venind de la magazin cu soția sa,
when it's coming from the magazine with the wife,
a văzut pe unul tremurând de frig.
It's seeing somebody, it's have a cold, no, it's shaking of cold.
Și costumul nouț, cumpărat și numai probat în magazin, l-a dăruit acestuia.
Shandor, it's take this suit and these shoes. It's making like a offer from this guy. Not offer, it's regulate. It's giving in true sense of giving.
Acesta este unul dintre aspecții despre caracterul domnului Shandor.
It's one aspect of character of Mr. Shandor.
Și eu cred că oricare dintre noi care i-am fost apropiați,
and I think everybody who is closer from Shandor,
cred că purtăm în sufletul nostru,
we take in our soul, carrying in our soul,
acum eu am lapsus.
Don't worry, nu te preocupa.
Deci purtăm în sufletul nostru amintiri enorme.
Remember, big remembers.
Cred fiecare cu cei ce a fost în contact,
with who is making in the contact with
sau contacte personale.
The personal contact.
N-aș putea enumera prietenii pe care îi avea în sânul fundației.
I don't have the possibility to enumerate how many friends have it in the heart of the foundation, in the totality of foundation, they are knowledge seekers.
Dar un singur lucru pot să afirm cert.
But I want to say in surely way one thing.
La mormântare erau aproximativ 8 preoți. În afară de mine, eu nu.
From the funerary, it's 8 priests assisting from the funerary.
În total am fost 9 persoane care
it's a 9 person who
care mai puțin sau nu aparțineau familiei.
Who appertain to family.
Soția și eu nu aparțineam.
My wife and me, I don't appartain from the family. Blood of
familie înrudite, cum s-ar vine.
Da.
Dar eram o mică familie acolo.
But in this place, it's a little family, saying Zoltan.
Și am simțit
And I feel, I feeling
întreaga suflare, nu știu cum să exprim mai
all
bine,
toată suflarea.
am simțit că cei ce nu au putut veni,
And I feel all who is not possible to coming of funerary. I feel it this field, the sentiment of each.
Oriunde s-ar fi aflat ei pe această planetă,
Wherever it's in this planet,
le-am simțit prezența acolo.
I feeling the presence of each one.
În legătură un pic cu soția domnului Șandor,
About a little bit the wife of Mr. Shandor.
ea a mărturisit
It's a testimonial. It's saying
că crezul ei în Dumnezeu
the believer, the faith in the God, the
o
wife.
îndreaptă
It's making in the root. It's helping. It's putting in the right direction.
să spere,
The hoping,
să creadă
the believe.
că domnul Șandor este la un loc bun. Sufletul domnului Șandor, de fapt, sufletul domnului Șandor este
because the soul of Mr. Shandor is close. It's together with, împreună cu cine? Împreună cu cine, Sultan?
Am spus că sufletul domnului Șandor este la un loc bun.
It's in the better place. It's in the good place. Position. Ok, mulțumesc.
Good place. Și îi simte prezența.
And saying Zoltan, the wife, is feeling the presence of Shandor, soul of Shandor.
Eu am toată scrisorica aceea pe care doamna Tamara a scris.
I have all the little letter writing of the wife of Mr. Shandor, Tamara.
Numai câteva secvențe am enumerat.
Only few paragraph I counting.
Nu am fost încă autorizat ca să o traduc.
I don't have the authorization for translate this letter.
Și să o public.
And to publish. Mr. Jordan awaiting through the permission of making this publishing.
Ceea ce acolo a fost citită de doamnă.
What it's reading from the wife of the funerary.
În întregime are cam 2-3 pagini sau 4, nu mai rețin exact.
Have 3 or 4 page, I don't remember very well.
O am în posesie.
I have in my possession.
Dar încă aștept aprobarea.
But I respect the approbation, the confirmation from wife of Shandor, signora Tamara.
Eu cred că este o,
I believe it is,
o confidență, stai așa un pic că nu găsesc cuvântul potrivit,
yes, the confidence. It's
o confidență extraordinară.
the extraordinary confidence. No? Confidență în sensul că ți-a mânat ție, adică ți-a încredințat, are încredere, sau faptul că e o mărturisire?
În sensul că confidența Doamnei față de domnul Șandor.
Deci confidență ca și încredere sau ca și
Ca
mărturisire?
și încredere, ca și
încredere.
exprimare și ca și, cum să mai...
Ca să pot să traduc, știi?
Nu uita că și eu traduc din maghiară în română, adică...
Nu mă puteți să traduc. It's about, I ask the Zoltan, is about of confidence or confession? And say confidence.
Confession.
Confession, e mărturisire.
Da.
Deci confidență este când ai încredere. Când faci mărturisire, este mărturisire despre sau cuiva.
Mărturisire, deci eu mă refeream la cuvântul mărturisire din cauza că mărturisire față de domnul Șandor.
Confession about Mr. Shandor. I explained this because it's for understanding truly and better what Mr. Zoltan want to say, and I asking it's about of confidence or confession. Okay, go continue, Zoltan.
Da.
Also, scuză-mă, Zoltan. Also, Zoltan saying I translate from Hungary to Romanian. Okay.
De fapt nu traduc, că gândesc ungurește și vorbesc românește, asta vine.
It's nice to see. It's I thinking in the Hungarian, but I speak in Romanian.
Deci am rămas acolo la mărturisirea aceea extraordinară. Relația între doi oameni,
relation between two people
care se iubesc,
who is love each other,
și care la sfârșitul drumului,
and the end of the road, the journey,
sfârșitul drumului, da, sfârșitul vieții sau cum ar veni,
călătorie,
trebuie să se despartă.
is needed to split up, to taking goodbye.
Dar ea crede,
but he believed,
că odată se vor reîntâlni.
Once in time, it's it's to getting together again. Okay. Mulțumesc, Zoltan.
Nu numai la mormântare, dar și în încăperea aceea.
Only in the funerary. Also, unde?
În casă, acolo unde am...
In the house of stepsons.
Unde am văzut filmulețul.
When I see this little video with the life of Mr. Shandor in the picture, capturing this wonderful picture, always with the animal closer, always in the nature. Scuză-mă că am spus de la mine, Zoltan, adică
Nu nimic. Plus scrisoarea citită.
Plus a letter of reading of the Signora Tamara, wife of Shandor.
Am simțit căldura,
Zoltan saying, I feeling the heart, when it's harming, not harming, when you're heating the heart,
care ne învăluia.
which it surround us.
După terminarea filmulețului și scrisorii,
After the finish of a little video and letters,
l-am sunat pe domnul Codarcea.
I called to Kodacha Vasile. It's another good friends, the family friends and the foundation friends.
Și i-am dat telefonul să vorbească cu doamna.
And I take the telephone and I speak with Tamara, with the wife.
Și amândoi
And both of you,
s-au liniștit.
it's chill out, it's calm, it's when you have the peace inside.
Cer scuze
I'm sorry
că din pricina că adică nu știu să vorbesc limba engleză.
I'm sorry because I don't speak the English language in English. Don't worry, nu-ți cer scuze, n-ai de ce să-ți cer scuze.
Stai așa
Nu
că
pot
n-am
să-ți
terminat. Nu l-am sunat pe domnul Rick.
I don't call in the Mr. Rick. I'm sorry because I don't know the English for calling the Mr. Rick.
Sau nu l-am sunat pe domnul Adrian Folteanu, care era încă și este foarte, foarte bun prieten.
Or I'm sorry, in this moment I don't call no Rick, no Adrian, which is also the friend of family of Mr. Shandor.
Dar am făcut cum a cerut dânsul.
But I make it how is asking Shandor. Dânsul cine?
Folteanu a cerut, Adrian a cerut să
okay.
fac fotografii deasupra.
Okay, I making how scuză-mă. I making how asking me Adrian to making the photo in the moment of the funeral of funerary.
Deasupra
in top of the
cum îi zice, stai așa, deasupra nu sicriului, ci cum gropii sau cum n-ai văzut.
Ok.
Cerului.
Nu, Adrian, nu cer, gropii. The hole where it's putting the body of Mr. Shandor.
De pe fotografii se poate observa dacă
in the photo it's
se uite cineva atent.
If you somebody looking this picture, it's observe very close. Da?
Și cred că față de cerere oarecum mi-am îndeplinit ceea ce am
I fulfill what by asking I accomplish
ce am promis, de fapt ce am promis.
What I promise. Yes.
Acum țin neapărat.
Yes,
now. Go ahead, Caroline. Scuze un pic. Go ahead, Caroline, saying.
Să mulțumesc.
Thank you, saying Zoltan. Go ahead, Caroline. I think you have the micro.
Din partea familiei,
From the thank you from the family part.
tuturor,
To everybody,
tuturor persoanelor care au sărit în ajutor.
the person who it's help, it's starting helping, not yes, starting helping,
Ori bănește,
or it's thinking,
donație,
is donate,
ori sufletește.
or in the soul level is helping, and the family thank you very much for this helping.
Țin să mulțumesc, sunt
want to thank
autorizat
you.
din partea familiei
I am authorized from the family part, and I want to thank you.
să mulțumesc domnului Cheșe,
Thank you, Mr. Cash,
familiei,
the family.
Mr. Rick,
You just said deja ai zis, Mr. Rick. Thank you to Rick.
și nu pot să enumăr
And I don't have, deci I don't have the possibility to enumerate, to counting all the
căci unii dintre donatori
some of people who donate, yes,
au spus că nu vor să îi
it's
pomenim
saying
numele.
not want to saying the name and saying who and what. Am înțeles, ca să nu-i menționezi. No mention. Ca să nu menționezi cine și cum.
Deci sunt oameni care vor să stea,
În anonimat.
adică să nu le pomenească nici numele, nici...
Okay, Zoltan. You say it is better to stay in the background and not showing and knowing who he is. Okay.
Yeah, but we don't need to know those details, and we should probably move along in our testimonials here.
Okay.
Just wanted to get exactly what he said, the background and the experience.
Okay, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Zoltan.
Thank you, Zoltan. Mulțumim foarte mult, Zoltan, and I close my mic. Thank you, Zoltan.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Zoltan. That was
Yeah.
very good. I just wanted to get sort of an experience or testimonial, you might say, of the passing of Shandor and the whether anyone felt his presence during that time, and obviously they did, and that's the answer I was looking for there. All right, well, perhaps we can move along in our testimonials here, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to add to that previous discussion. Okay, is there anyone else that has a something they'd like to share? We have a comment from Skywalker who says, I got roller skates. Every single roll I feel with GANs with different lights. I don't know what that means, but perhaps you can explain if you wish. Anyone else with the testimonial?
Sorry, Rick.
Hello? Mm-hmm.
I returning because I have the problem with the telephone and Adrian want to say something and show something. I'll be back in few seconds.
Okay.
Bună seara tuturor!
Hello, Adrian.
I'm Adrian from Romania. I want to speak with you today from the device from Plasma, from Dan Majuți, Dan Baliș. Dan Baliș.
I think you need a translator, right? So Dan's
Yes,
going to be back.
I need from Dan from translation.
Dan will be back in a minute. He's changing his phone or something. So just wait 1 minute. Here he is.
I'm standby from Dan.
Yep.
With my team,
Please, can we skip this testimonial, please, and go to the next one? Thank you. I will explain later.
Okay, we'll pass on that one, and we're ready for the next testimonial. Sorry, Adrian and Dan, I guess that's going to be passed on for that one for some reason. We'll find out later. Okay, anyone else? Well, perhaps we'll have to have a short show today, I guess. Herbert, I see your hands up. Do you want to go ahead there?
Yes, good evening. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Yeah, nice. Good evening, family. Mr. Cash's teaching, I most of all like the soul teachings. And so this, I remember once he said, or it was in a teaching, he said, instead of making cell phone pictures, try to make soul phone pictures. So to observe with the soul. And this autumn here in Austria was so beautiful. The change of colors in the leaves in the nature. And I intentionally did make just a few cell phone pictures, but mainly I try to see with my soul. And I have no words how to express what I experienced. Maybe I can describe it in a different way. When you expect some guest you love and you have not seen for a long time, you expect them coming to your home. Probably you clean up the home, you decorate the home, you prepare a nice meal, have a nice drinks, and the guest comes. So again, it's your intention, what that the guest feels comfortable, feels cozy, it's warm heated, so comfortable. and experience the beautiful nature for me, observing it with my soul. I could not only see the 3D variation of colors, the beauty, and so on, but it seems to be transparent. So to see behind the external 3D manifestation. And I felt so much love from the Creator for me, and of course for all people, all beings who can see and feel it. So many times we are very much intellectual, analytically try to see the details, see the external function structures and so on. Like when you made a meal for somebody and he can feel or taste, or she, the pepper, the garlic, and all these things, but stay stick on the outer side, on the 3D level, and cannot see your intention of love and caring you have made it for him or her. But what big different it is when it comes through to the other side, or the other side can reach your soul. So this was for me such a beautiful experience to experience the Creator. And even now when it's raining outside, I feel the same. This well-meaning and caring love, and so it's hard really to express with words how deep and beautiful the soul connection grew in the last like 4 or 5 weeks now. So, and I really want to invite all of you to practice it, to even close the eyes and look with the soul, like Saint-Exupéry said in The Little Prince, only the heart can see good. Yeah, and this is the same. Yeah, so have fun in practicing plasma soul conversation with whatever you are communicating. Okay, thank you. That's it. Some questions?
Okay, thank you, Herbert. Yes, anybody with questions? Just check the other chats as well here.
Hello, everybody. It's Doug here.
Hi, Doug. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi,
Thanks, everybody. Hi, how are you? Just speaking about nature and the animals, and particularly where I live, the birds. I have trees growing near my house, and some of them are bushy, some of them are larger, and they're absolutely full of birds, which maybe I never noticed, but I have been a bird watcher actually for a long time in my life, and lately there are just so many different types of birds coming into the trees, into the bushes. Some of them are tiny little birds. Some of them are large birds. And they seem to come and just rest. You know, they do their little peck, their whatever they're doing, they're looking after themselves. But they seem to just come in and chatter to each other, tweet to each other in the trees around my house. And there are what we call water dragons, which are a lizard, large, actually quite a large lizard. They also find a happy home in and around my house. And I can't help but think it's to do with the fields that are growing around my house. We've had serious bushfires and are in the middle of a unprecedented bushfire emergency at the moment in the region where I live. But, you know, I'm not feeling threatened at all. Today is supposed to be one of the worst days in recorded history of bushfires in this country. But for the last few days, there's been a smoke haze all around the area, covering a large area, making the sun red through the smoke. And today is predicted to be the most serious of all. But when I woke up and I look around, the smoke is gone. And I'm surrounded by mountains, and for 2 or 3 or 4 days I couldn't see. It's like a fog. I couldn't see the mountains. But this morning it's as clear as a bell, very clear. And I'm hoping that this bushfire emergency, this unprecedented, catastrophic bushfire emergency warning, does not eventuate. That it's simply it's good they've taken all the precautions, they've made all the warnings. Everybody knows they've made their escape plans if they are in a bushfire area or the fire is near them. I'm just wishing that it doesn't eventuate, and I know that there are a large amount of knowledge seekers around this part of the countryside, and I'm sure they're wishing and putting their fields out and placing their ganses around and so on. And I'll be very interested to see what actually occurs today. And strangely enough, I don't know the last speaker, but he was mentioning guests coming to visit, and it's a strange coincidence. My brother-in-law is arriving this afternoon from a long way away. And we've just, over the last few days, been doing exactly what was said. We've been vacuuming the floor, cleaning the house, preparing to receive our guest. And, you know, it's a happy sort of feeling. I don't know what else I can say. It's just that, yes, I am noticing all of these very subtle influences going on, because I am a keen observer. And, you know, I actually know it's not my imagination. And to me, that's the reward. The environment does change. And if we continue to do what we're doing humbly, our work will be rewarded with the change. And there isn't a fanfare, and there's not a medals given or anything of the sort. It's just that we're doing what we're doing because we wish to do it. We want to do it. It's become our passion, and it gives us a reason to get up and go every day. At least for me, I wake up and I think all sorts of things come into my head, but then I remember what I'm doing. I remember my part in the great scheme of things, and it's just a very nice feeling to be involved on that level. Can't say any more, but I've just popped into this meeting. I didn't realise it was on, but thank you very much, everybody, for being who you are and observing the different effects of what we are doing, because they are real. And I'll close now, and anybody wants to add to that, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doug. Anybody have something to add or say? All right, let's move on to the next testimonial. Anyone have something they'd like to bring up? Oh, we have a quiet crowd today.
Yep. Is there anything new on the testimonial site?
I'll have another look. I don't think I had any come in lately.
Hi, friend. Hi, Rick. Is possible now?
No, not until we clear things in the background. Sorry.
Okay.
I think the only one I have is I think the latest one is for in the testimonials .cashfoundation.org website on lower back pain. Shangies, I think is the name, Shangies, who says very simply, thanks to Mr. Kesh, my lower back pain is gone because of the pain pen. It rocks. Very simple statement. It rocks. So thank you for that. Lower back pain gone because of the pain pen. All right, anybody else like to come forward with something? Or perhaps we will just have a short meeting today. Well, what do you think, Flint? We should wrap things up here.
Yeah, we certainly could.
We don't have to carry on if there's nothing to offer here.
I don't have anybody else on my list.
Trying to think, there must be something that we could bring out here, but I just having trouble finding something right away here.
I just checked the chats. I don't see anyone that's looking for a way in to present. So, hello, everybody.
Hi, Peggy.
We're here. Come on in, the water's fine.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi, Doug. Love
The
your
usual-
birds.
The usual suspects have gathered.
Yeah, we're all here, but we're not sure why. Well, we know why, but we're not.
We do.
We just don't have a topic. That's we're supposed to have a topic and a thing to discuss, but we show up and hang out with each other anyway, because that's what's the important point. It seems.
Meeting of the souls. Nobody said we were talking.
Well, do souls indeed talk in a way? So maybe it's the physicality. We have to have something for the physicality to talk about in order for it to stay put long enough for the soul contact to happen. It's hard to get our physicalities to slow down and just stay put for a while. We're often busy in our lives and so concerned and so many things to think about and do. And hey, it's planet Earth. It's always a thrill a minute here.
Thrill a minute.
It's the Disneyland.
I think that's it.
That's the Disneyland of the universe.
Oh, yeah.
Planet Earth.
And I do think it's important that we have these physical, through the physical side joining together. We do. I do know that we meet in our souls, but this is also a good confirmation that we're all in this family, which we never had before. It just think about it. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know Rick. I didn't know Flint. I didn't know Peggy. I didn't know the Kesh family. But I'm not a forward sort of person, but I'm starting to get to know now, lots and lots of like-minded souls. And, that just, rather than battling along on your own, it's nice. It's nice to get together, even if there's no apparent topic or, but we are here and we're all smiling. And that's a good thing.
Nice to be fired.
Yes,
nice
Jalal.
to be fired. Yes, right. That's
a little joke Jalal and I seem to be having.
Lucky you got to lose your job. Is that what you mean? Or
kind of.
A different way.
It's just very, you explain, Jalal, please.
You brought it up, Jalal. You better explain it.
No, it's not me. He who brought it up before.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Blame each other. Blame game now. I see. Mm-hmm.
Well, Flint and I have happy, humorous meetings and conversations for various reasons, and they sometimes wander on, but it's always ends in a big smile. And no matter what the world has dished up, as you said, Rick, it's Disneyland. It's you're on the roller coaster. There's all sorts of things you can worry about and all the rest of it. But if you can just bring yourself out of the negative side and get into a happy mood, I think that's really, really, really important. And whatever the joke and whatever the, if you can have a good laugh, then it's probably the only redeeming factor for the human race is the sense of humor.
Can you laugh your way through a firestorm in the middle of the where you're at there?
Well, it's probably I'd rather be in a room with a mosquito.
Well, I mean, in a way, that's maybe not laugh your way through, but if you can not exactly find humor, but if you can uplift others in that situation, and maybe cracking a joke is appropriate at certain times when it's, really heavy stress and everyone's bummed out. Sometimes there's a way of just inserting a little joke or a little levity into the situation. And levity is what elevates, right? Levity is the opposite of gravity. And if it's a grave
Yes.
situation, you can elevate it with levity. So there's always that possibility, even in the middle of a war zone. In fact, maybe especially in the middle of a war zone would be a time where if you can be totally present and not, identified with all this horrible stuff going on around you, and you can actually help someone's by communicating with them in that situation in a way that helps them and elevates their emotional situation.
That brings to mind a funny cartoon from a long time ago, because Australians are always looking for some sort of humour, even in the most testing circumstances. And this cartoon is a picture of on a construction site, building a tall building, and there's been an accident, obviously, and a man is hanging from the end of a crane, and he's just hanging on barely, and another man is hanging from his pants because his pants have fallen down, and the other man has caught onto his pants to stop falling down to the ground hundreds of feet below. And the man hanging onto the pants is laughing, and the first man is saying, stop laughing, this is serious. So, possibly that's a clue, like you said, Rick, in the firestorm, in the catastrophic event, somebody might crack a joke. Also, when was it Carolina was saying there was a funeral, there's everybody's somber and sad at the loss, and the person that had passed away had prepared a recording or whatever. Maybe it wasn't a recording, but anyway, knock, knock, knock came the noise from the ground. Is anybody there? I can hear the priest, And one person started laughing, the next person, and pretty soon everybody was just, lightened up. So it is important, humour, laughing, levity, I think anyway.
There's another video going around on the internet lately in a subway car, and it was a sort of a staged event apparently, but because it's recorded with cameras, but at the same time it shows how infectious laughter can be. One person in the railway car, this sort of older gentleman, just starts laughing, uncontrolled laughter, just continually laughing and laughing at nothing in particular. And people are looking at him strangely at first and looking at each other. And then a few people start sort of chuckling as well. And then a few more start, laughing. And then a few people are just laughing out loud. And pretty soon, every single person on that rail car was at least influenced, if not outright cracking up and laughing, and they all got elevated into that mood of laughter, whereas before that point everyone was kind of withdrawn into their own world of emotion, that they were the different thoughts and thinking about work or thinking about the day before or the day after, or some other whatever people do when they're in a subway car on the way to work or some other place. It's not a really entertaining place usually, and you just withdraw into yourself. But this brought everyone out into sort of a common environment of this laughter. And thought that was interesting.
And when we were young, when we were kids, we would have a Christmas dinner, and it was, my father, would be very, this is important, and everybody, we've prepared everything, and so someone would start sniggering, as he was making a very important speech, to the family, someone would start, and it's very difficult to stop. And also another in a church or somewhere or at school, that's a good example. It's very, very serious. Teacher is teaching, but somebody, if I can say, farts, or somebody does something, or says something, whispers something, and pretty soon there's a little group of sniggering, laughing, trying to sort of hold it back. But the more you try to stop, the more it comes on. It may end up that you get into trouble. But, humor just has a way of creeping in if you allow it.
Perhaps humor is a natural function of the universe.
Yes. I think if it's not, then really not much fun, really, is it?
It's not fun, then why are we here?
Yeah, exactly. And you meet somebody out in deep space, and maybe that's the way to meet on an equal level. They can tell you their funny story, you tell them yours, and it's translated soul to soul, so that nothing's lost in the translation, and you both end up laughing your head off.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, there's a saying: if you're not having fun, then you're not doing it right, in regards to those kind of interactions. So, in that sense, Carolina sent me a video. I think she put it around in some of the social media. That's quite cute, and it sort of exemplifies that idea, which was, I think it was in the Antarctic, and I believe it was some Russian, it might have been in Arctic, but I think it was Antarctic, Russian guys in a small boat, and one of them had a football, and he was throwing the football way out into the ocean as hard and far as he could. And there was a white beluga whale that was going out, fetching the football, bringing it back to the boat, and giving it to these guys. He put it right beside the boat, and it would float over to the guy. He'd pick it up and throw it out again. And the whale would go scooting out and grab it and play with it a little bit and bring it right back into the guys and give it to them. And did that, like repeatedly. Probably would have done it all day long. It seemed very happy. It was having fun, and the guys were definitely having fun. And it made me realize, I mean, we see, seals and whales and dolphins and so on doing tricks when they're trained and all that sort of thing. But this was one that was just purely out in the wild, and had, you can imagine being in the Antarctic and not seeing too much in the way of friendly life around. You see these couple of guys in what appears to be this kind of animal that floats on the surface, and it seems to want to play. and I think both of them were surprised and happy to engage with each other. So if you transfer that idea to say we were in space, as in our beluga whale spaceship, and we're sailing along, and suddenly there's we engage with this big thing that we can't really identify what it is, but they send something out to us, and we pick it up, whatever it is, and what do we do with it? As humans, we would probably generally, what humans do, human scientists would be, we would dismember whatever it is, take it apart, figure it out what it is, how it was made, what the insides were all about, and that might have been the end of that conversation. We might have missed the opportunity to throw the football back rather than dismantle and question what is this football thing and so on. So like a basic communication is instantly communicate back rather than try to figure everything out about it, and then maybe sometime later communicate back. Anyways, it's interesting how that goes, and what would we do if we went to space. But anyway, we're back to testimonials here. So if anyone has been there and done that, that would be fun to have a testimonial about, either on the physicality level or somehow otherwise. Okay, well,
yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Perhaps we should wrap things up here, Flint, or what do you think?
Yeah.
So anybody else have anything else they need to bring forward at this point? Otherwise, I think we do need to wrap it up.
Okay.
Going once, going twice. Sold to Flint. Go ahead, Flint.
Okay.
Smile as you say bye, so that inflection's in your voice.
Just 1 second, please.
All right.
Yes, go ahead, Carolina.
Just 1 second. I need to get the text. Just 1 second, please. I need to have the text, Toba. I don't have. Okay. Council members and support council members, you will all have, you will all be able to locate this message from Mr. Kesh in the chat rooms. I cannot go to it because I'm in the Zoom. Mr. Kesh has announced and has done this before. It is the right of every language to have their own national UC member. We announced this months ago, and now that 220 million Brazilians want to have their own UC, it is their right, and it was a very successful event. And now new life has started in Brazil. In fact, we listened to the Brazilian community in the conference that they are with 220 million and have no say in UC, and represented by Portugal nation of 20 million who do not really understand their culture as such by colonization. We listened to them and asked them to appoint their own UC member. We announced the need for language per nation, even asked Arab UC to invite new UC for different Arab nations. You not attending the Universal Council meetings and knowing the new establishment of nation languages, a UC member is not as is done behind your back. It shows you have to understand that the UC has to adjust to the changes. So this counts not only for the Brazilian language, but this is also counting for all the other languages. Like, for instance, Flint is the Universal Council for English language, but you try to compare an American language to an English speaking from England or English speaking from Scotland, they have nothing in common with one another. So we are expanding these platforms also in Spanish, in French, found and encourage your members to come forward so that the councils can grow and mature in the nourishment of their own language with their own culture. We also have requested for a lot of Universal Council support members to come up to support these individual language representatives. So that is new on the platform, and you all will understand once you go into your chat rooms why this message got read to you and will be posted out in public domain. Mr. Kesh will open up more about this on Thursday morning. I thank you all for this platform. And if we try to stop or we block certain people, there has a good reason for it. So I will debrief Flint and Rick. I do apologize, I had to step in like this. But I already debriefed Flint mostly about it. So if you can debrief Rick about this, that would be very nice. So we all see you hopefully tomorrow on the One Race, One Nation, One Planet, to unite and to encourage more countries to come on board to represent their own language, which means where you're connected with. You have to be a native member from that country. Please. I thank you, the host and the co-hosts and the knowledge seekers for these platforms. There has also been an announcement of Mr. Kesh that next year, the whole layout of the Kesh Foundation teaching platforms will change and will integrate into a new way of communicating, integrating, and working platforms. Please do listen to the last Thursday morning teaching because Mr. Kesh explained it. Get ready, write your reports, write your thesis, write your experience, what you have discovered, and pass it on to the Kesh Foundation so it can be published in the Plasma Times, can appear on our website. But most and important of all is that we can share your knowledge with other knowledge seekers to inspire them. We have in the next few days, we will have a lot of Portuguese, Brazilian coming in. Please try to find accommodation for translation in case it's needed. And we welcome all of them. I give the microphone back to you, Rick.
Very good. Thank you, Carolina. I'm sure we'll find out more in the One Nation broadcast tomorrow as well. All right, great. Okay, I think that's wraps it up for today.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us today.
Okay, thank you, Flint. Do you want to make the final announcement and wrap things up then?
Yeah, this has been the Kesh Foundation Spaceship Institute 36th Public Testimonial Meeting for Monday, November 11th, 2019. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be here next month again in the Public Testimonial Meeting, and I'll be on, let's see here, December 9th, Monday, December 9th. So mark your calendars for that, and we'll see you soon. Actually, tomorrow, broadcast at 4 p.m. Central European Time of the One Planet, One Nation, One Race for World Peace. Bye for now.
Hello. We are the Kesh Foundation. Our mission is to bring peace on earth and join humanity with the universal community. We wish and work to bring man as equal to all the beings in the universe. By teaching the plasma science and technology equally to everyone, no one is left out and no one is abused due to lack of knowledge. Your donation helps us in achieving this goal. Donate to keshfoundation.org/donate.